Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce Rabbi Brian Field from the Beth Hatikva Reconstructionist Congregation in Chatham, New Jersey, for the invocation.
Shimon HaTzadik, one of the teachers of the Great Assembly, taught the following: Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed, al ha'torah, v'al ha'avodah, v'al gemilut chasadim. The world depends upon three things: on Torah, on authentic worship, and on acts of loving kindness. Rabbi Shimon is not speaking of the world of nature, but of the world of personhood. In Jewish parlance, what does it take to be a mensch? What does it mean to be a complete person? First of all, it takes Torah. It takes Torah to be a complete person. Now, Torah is more than a scroll. It's more than the 5 books of Moses. What Rabbi Shimon means by Torah is Jewish language for the wisdom of living and for the qualities of curiosity, humility, and persistence that lie along our paths of learning. Torah is the blessing of insight and discovery. Torah is the human relationships that give learning its context and meaning. In that sense, it takes Torah to be a complete person. It takes authentic worship to be a complete person. When we lose our center, when we lose touch with our sense of place in the universe, we erect alternative shelters based on ego projection and fear. We take our partial perspective on life and make it into a sacred ism. Our opinions become infallible truths, and our particular and partial perspectives become the whole. Authentic worship lifts us up out of our self-absorption and places us in relationship with the universe. It takes authentic worship to be a complete person. Finally, being a complete person means acting with loving kindness, which in turn depends upon our willingness to act responsibly. Responsibility is the ability to respond to the needs of the moment, regardless of how one feels. Acting with loving kindness means acting lovingly, even when we don't feel loving. And in so doing, we prepare ourselves and our environment for those moments when the blessings of loving kindness are granted to us. May Torah, Avodah, and Gemilut Chasadim, learning, authentic worship, and acts of kindness, be the legacy of all our graduates and those who are blessed to be in relationship to them. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Shehechiyanu, V'kimanu, V'higiyanu Lezman Hazeh. Blessed are you, the source of life, sovereign of all worlds, who has kept us in life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this day. Amen.
Please be seated. On behalf of the Sussex County Community College Board of Trustees, I am pleased to welcome you to the college's 8th annual commencement program. In particular, a sincere welcome to our commencement speaker, the Honorable Christie Todd Whitman, Freeholder Director Irma Gormley, Rabbi Brian Field, Grand Marshal Ivanka Pistolova, the class of 1995, their parents and friends, SCCC faculty and staff, and 2 of our former board members, Arlene Jorgensen and Lenore Fogelson. It seems clear from the ever-increasing resident enrollment and the number of graduates that the public supports the college, wishes to use its services, and expects a level of quality befitting a collegiate institution. The board also supports these attributes and earnestly works toward continuing and building upon the quality service. It is only with the support of the state, the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and the community at large that the college can graduate this class of 1995. The board invites these new graduates, their relatives, friends, and neighbors to continue to work with the college and to express and support the needs of this institution so that future generations can also benefit from a quality collegiate education. Excuse me, one moment. Sure. We have a small token of our appreciation to give to the governor this evening. As some of you may notice, we have changed our college colors, and we were lucky this week that these tokens arrived in our new colors, and therefore, Governor Whitman, I would like you to come forward. We understand the governor appreciates sports-minded athletic wear. So we hope you will display our new colors across the street. Thank you, Governor.
I'd now like to introduce our college's local sponsor, Freeholder Director Irma Gormley.
Governor Whitman, Board of Trustees, Dr. Connors, faculty, honored guests, parents, and fellow students. On behalf of the Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders, welcome to the college's 8th annual commencement program, and congratulations to the graduates and to their families. Today, more than any other time in the past 25 years, a college credential is essential to economic survival. 90% of all employment today requires skills and knowledge beyond that taught at high school level. About half of the graduates from this class will transfer to senior institutions where they will acquire even more skills and knowledge. The other half will enter the workplace immediately through doors of employment opportunity open to them as a result of their community college experience. These new employees will gain even more advanced on-the-job skills as they work. If you, as graduates, and your families feel that the education at SCCC was both good and good for you, then perhaps you should consider the important role government has played in your education. One of government's most important roles is to support education, and in Sussex County, our county government has done its best to provide the financial resources necessary to offer you the opportunity of a quality education at this institution. And I'm sure you know that it hasn't and wasn't easy, especially this year. Today, our citizens are rightfully tax conscious, and everyone wants things done right with their tax dollars. I believe each of you here tonight would agree with me that it's right to invest in education. It's right to provide citizens with opportunities for successful careers. And it's right to believe in people and give them a chance to shine. There can be no better investment in the future and no better investment in our economic growth than an investment in the potential of the people of Sussex County. Quite frankly, I wish I was sitting out there with you tonight. But in the movie Forrest Gump, Forrest's mama said, life is like a box of chocolates. Maybe that's kind of true. But I like to think that life is like a 4-lane highway. Of course not here in Sussex County, but somewhere is a 4-lane highway. And there's lots of exit ramps and entrance ramps. And we frequently get off that 4-lane highway, take an exit ramp, and do other things that are important to life. And that's okay. I know personally because 40 years ago I got off that exit ramp and now I'm back as a student in SCCC. And that's okay. The important thing is that you get back on. So whatever happens in the future as you pursue your goals, get back on the ramp if you have to get off for any reason. Finish your education, continue to finish your education, and continue to strive for excellence. The important thing, again, is not that you get off, but that you get back on, that you believe in yourself enough to get back on. Again, on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, I salute the graduates, their families and friends, as well as the faculty, staff, and board at the college for their fine work. Congratulations.
And now our faculty spokesperson, Ms. Cheryl Baton.
Thank you and good evening. I am truly honored on behalf of the faculty to extend congratulations to the graduating class of 1995. We applaud your courage and your hard work. My goal this evening is to offer some words of encouragement and motivation because you are about to begin a journey of transformation. Graduating from Sussex County Community College offers a time for a new beginning, one in which you must take control. Hopefully, the work you did here has prepared you to face the challenges of the future. One of the challenges you will encounter is the rapidly changing world we live in. Adapting to this environment is of great import. Our society is filled with differences that we face on a daily basis. Attitudes, lifestyles, religions, races, classes, etc. I would like to share with you a poem by Judith Ortiz Coffer, author and professor, entitled The Chameleon, drawn from her book, The Latin Deli. The poem offers insight into the challenges of change. I caught a chameleon in my backyard, and to amuse myself, moved him from a green leaf to a tree's brown bark, then to my yellow porch, where he froze as himself, his eyes on me as if waiting for me to change. But I stayed the same. I stayed the same and kept him behind a screen until he had shown me his rainbow, until he had given me every color he possessed. Then I opened the door, but he wouldn't move. He just kept his eyes on me, as if waiting for me to change. The chameleon appears to be waiting for the other to transform. Have you paused like the chameleon, or are you changing and adapting? You may recognize the need for change. However, the actual transformation will take courage and perhaps many attempts. Change is a process, one in which a slow and steady pace may be your way to proceed. Others may progress at a swift pace, and still others may move at a combination of speeds. The ultimate feat is to propel yourself in some rewarding direction, because stagnation leads to suffocation. Paulo Freire, a groundbreaking philosopher of education, stated that while all development is transformation, not all transformation is development. The transformation occurring in a seed which under favorable condition germinates and sprouts is not development. In the same way, the transformation of an animal is not development. The transformations of seeds and animals are determined by species to which they belong, and they occur in a time which does not belong to them, for time belongs to men, and I would like to add women. Freire suggests that we are the authors of our development. Our evolution can be brought about by the knowledge we attain. And Freire declares that we gain knowledge through the dialogue we have with each other. The dialectical situations we find ourselves in create the opportunity for further growth in our knowledge base. If we have the knowledge to transform and develop, then we can create a society in which we are authentic, in which there are no oppressors or inhumane situations. In order to establish this community, we would have to eliminate many, maybe all of the norms that prevail today. Being authentic would mean being true to yourself, which in turn would mean you are genuine to the society. If each one of us realizes this feat, then there could be no oppressor. For the oppressor is a person who marginalizes human beings, takes away their humanity, thus is not authentic, and takes away the other's true worth. What direction will you embrace? Or maybe I should ask, what directions will you choose, be expected to follow, or be propelled towards? We are all constantly making decisions on our life's course. Education can facilitate our way in the world. The education you received here at Sussex County Community College is only a part of what you have learned and will learn. Education does not take place only in school settings. You will have a lifetime of opportunities to evaluate and comprehend. I wish for you the understanding and openness to handle all that can pass in a lifetime. The faculty, staff, and administrators at Sussex County Community College, along with your relatives and friends, like the chameleon of the poem, await your transformation. Thank you.
I'd like to now introduce Anita Uleski, Dean of Academic Affairs.
I have chosen to share with you this evening a paraphrase of a poem, although written for another community college, I feel is very much relevant for Sussex. Here upon the earth's floor, beneath the mountains, listening to the echo of nature's quest, we build a college. No easy task or simple plan to form a place where minds meet minds and time meets tomorrow. Of all humanity's accomplishments, the motion of ideas from mind to mind is most complex, most fragile, and easily flawed by distraction. But we plan and build. We venture forth in hope and confidence, in many yet unborn, in ideas yet unthought, in a tomorrow which begins today. We build not isolated expanses which inspired by size and grandeur, but rather we form a place whose miniature views and quiet spaces create a view of the wider world. We build and plan a place where time stands still, where each student finds his or her own way. This new college holds open doors for all who seek today to build tomorrow's dream. Here at this college, we build a master plan, a plan that encapsulates our pride in the past, our passion for the present, and our faith in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the board, honored guests, and graduates, as the academic dean, I am proud to present to you the men and women who breathe life and promise into this college, the faculty of Sussex County Community College. It is now my pleasure to introduce Donald Hill, who will speak on behalf of the graduates.
Good evening, Governor Whitman, honored guests, administration, faculty, staff, fellow graduates, and families and friends. It is truly an honor to be chosen as the student speaker for the class of 1995, but I must admit I am nervous, and in the immortal words of Ralph Cramden, hamina, 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 hamina. Oh. Knowledge is power. Sir Francis Bacon expressed this sentiment nearly 400 years ago, and it still holds true today. This power is derived from the enlightenment of one's mind to the choices that were once unattainable. This power enables us to make changes for the better within oneself as well as within one's surroundings. An institution of higher learning is a focal point of knowledge. Sussex County Community College is such a place. It is an organization that empowers people with the ability to make desired changes. This empowerment is accomplished when three elements are present. The first element is the students yearn to learn. A student should possess the desire to know and a wish to expand his or her horizons. The second element is the institution's duty to provide a clean and safe environment that facilitates and nurtures learning. SCCC provides this and the added benefit of its rural location, far from the turmoil of urban life. Also, the staff is comprised of people who are always willing to give assistance in answering any questions or solving any problems. The third element is the faculty's role to challenge, to critique, and to encourage their students. The instructors that I have had the privilege of learning from have done that and more. They have demonstrated a willingness to listen and advise that went beyond the boundaries of the classroom. It is these three elements that any educational institution should strive to maintain. In doing so, a college or university can help ensure its own future by attracting a diverse mix of traditional and non-traditional students. As an older non-traditional student, I can appreciate the words of the Greek philosopher Lacydes. He was asked late in his life why he was studying geometry. He replied, "If I should not be learning now, when should I be?" The answer, of course, is that learning should be a lifetime process. SCCC recognizes that fact by being more than just a college. The campus enhances the Sussex County community by providing service on a multitude of levels. Someone attending might be learning English as a second language, earning a GED, taking refresher courses to re-enter college, or working towards a certification in a desired field. Providing these services is especially critical with the current changes in our economy. Many people have discovered the need to upgrade their job skills. I was one such person. After having become unemployed, I discovered that I needed a college degree in order to be competitive in the job market. I enrolled in a job training program that was available through the New Jersey Employment Office. This program enabled me to attend SCCC. New Jersey's utilization of its job training programs is considered a model for other states to follow. These programs are an invaluable tool for re-educating the workforce. I have encountered many students on campus who were able to attend only because of the opportunities that these programs presented. The accomplishments of these students, as well as myself, demonstrate that these programs are a success and should continue to be available for those who may need assistance in the future. At this time, I'm sure my fellow graduates will join me in expressing gratitude to those people whose encouragement and support have helped us in the pursuit of our academic achievement. I personally express my profound love and thanks to my family, Ron, Kay, Tracy, Sherry, Sean, Marianne, Goma, Rick, and Kim. That's it. For without their emotional and financial support, it would not have been possible for me to be standing here today and to have completed my studies. Over the past year and a half, I have become quite familiar with the campus and its people. It is the people of SCCC that give it its heart and soul. I will miss them. I leave with some sadness, but life is about changes and about new challenges. Besides being ready to re-enter the job market, I have also been accepted at Rutgers University. As I go on in my collegiate career, I can only hope that I will encounter people of the same caliber as I have found here. I leave with the trust that our elected officials continue to recognize the importance and value of SCCC in the county. It is only with support from the state and county levels that the Sussex County Community College continues growing and attracting the quality of faculty, staff, and students that have made it a success. Thank you.
I now introduce the president of SCC, Dr. William A. Kerner.
Several minutes ago, the college's academic dean most appropriately honored the faculty and the crucial role they play in the success of SCCC. Success depends on participation of many people. Money alone doesn't produce a great college. It helps, but it must be supplemented by acts of kindness, volunteer efforts, and super dedication and commitment. SCCC is blessed by such support. To our secretarial staff, our versatile support personnel, our mid-management staff, and our senior officers, I thank you deeply for your day in and day out great work. To our community, who supports us so strongly, including all the help we receive from business and industry and from the professions, I say thank you. To our elected officials, who conscientiously bring the special quality of life we enjoy in this county, state representatives, freeholders, and others, and who recognize how key SCCC is to their goals, I offer a deep expression of gratitude to each and every one of you. I know how difficult your work is in today's environment. To our school districts who work collaboratively with the college and its staff, school personnel who hold a special commitment to seeing that their own students not only finish high school, but that at minimum they achieve an associate degree at SCCC. We're also thankful to those officials for their commitment. And to our students, who are more than students, they are community volunteers who donate so much of their time and effort to lend a hand with community projects, which means that for each enrollment at SCCC, some aspect of the community is strengthened by the volunteer participation of our students. I particularly thank this year's class for continuing this community betterment tradition, which has become a hallmark of SCCC. And lastly, a word about the unsung heroes of SCCC, the Board of Trustees, men and women who go quietly throughout Sussex County, hardly noticed, seldom recognized, but staunch in their commitment to a college of quality for SCCC. The reward that these men and women get for their hard work, a reward which they don't even seek, is a front row seat at the annual commencement program, where they get a chance to see up close and in real life the results of their commitment, and that is you, the SCCC graduates of 1995. Would all of you under the tent please join with me in offering a strong expression of applause for the infrastructure of quality, the special infrastructure of quality that we enjoy at SCCC, from the faculty to all these other groups I mentioned. Please recognize them with me. Now, I suspect we have kept you and our governor waiting perhaps a little bit too long. Sussex County Community College is proud to have as its commencement speaker the Honorable Todd Whitman, the 50th governor of New Jersey. Since her election, she has undertaken a massive effort to put New Jersey state government on a more business-like footing by exploring